What is up? This is your LA in a minute. Today I want to talk about the history of the Grand Central Market. So the market opened in 1917, originally known as Wonder Market, and it is LA's oldest and largest, with more than 40 vendors and many cuisines, many ethnicities, a ton of people, and a lot of great food. The building that houses Grand Central Market was originally built in 1896. It was the first fireproof concrete floor building west of Chicago, and the first tenant was Via de Paris department store. The wealthy patrons that lived on Bunker Hill would take Angel's Flight downtown to dine and shop. The department store wouldn't last, but what happened next changed the city. Grand Central Market opened in 1917, offering residents a single location to buy their groceries or stop for lunch. This Wonder Market boasted 250-foot display cases featuring everything from fish, oysters, and meat to the best produce in the Southland. It was a hit from the beginning as it became a gathering place for not just shoppers, but the wealthy and so-called important patrons of the area. Through the 20s, 30s, and 40s, the market thrived with busy stalls and nearly 0% vacancy. In World War II, many affluent downtown residents fled for the suburbs. The Victorian mansions of Bunker Hill were torn down to be replaced with skyscrapers, and the stalls changed as they now featured discounted produce and inexpensive vendors. From the 50s to the 80s, the market was increasingly a non-factor in Los Angeles as vacancy rates soared, and different vendors such as bulk produce distributors and inexpensive trinket sellers would try their hands at the stalls. Finally, in 1984, the market's fortunes changed as developer Ira Yellen invested $44 million along with a city-funded bond package to reinvigorate the market. Some of the changes included an added parking structure and the removal of the tile facade to reveal the original exterior. There was still a struggle as downtown had yet to be revitalized, and some of the legacy vendors were having a hard time staying open. The newer and even younger populations just weren't shopping or eating at the market. Finally, after developer Ira Yellen and his wife Adele were focusing on a rebirth by trying to attract a diverse array of entrepreneurs and customers, Egg Slut opened in a vendor stall that had been vacant for 10 years. Alvin Kalin's breakfast concept was a huge watershed moment as they had massive lines. People would come for Egg Slut, but they'd come back for everything else, and it gained huge exposure for all the vendors. Notably, prepared foods were taking the place of grocers and raw ingredients that had populated the market in decades past. Along with the new success, there's definitely a critique now about gentrification, but in the words of one of the vendors, it's important to become a place of community where all of Los Angeles comes and celebrates the patchwork of its culinary makeup. Next time you're at the Grand Central Market, remember that it's truly a mosaic of the vision, of the creativity of the people that form this wonderful city. All right, LA, it's been a minute.